Look, I know Pixar is probably like the best American animation studio, but I think Dreamworks is more fun to watch. Hello there, everybody. I'm Anaji, and this is FMV Reviews. So today we're going to be talking about the Boss Baby Family Business. Yes, they made a sequel. I know, I'm surprised too, but not for the reason that you may think, which you'll slowly discover in this review. So if I were to give a quick synopsis for this film, you have it where the family that we followed in the previous film, the two siblings, the Boss Baby and main character guy, are grown up now. They're adults, and the main character dad guy is feeling sort of disconnected from his daughter, and he's not as close to the Boss Baby brother now that they've grown up. So they meet they meet up and basically find out that the main character's daughter is from Baby Corp, and that they want them to do a mission, and in order to do the mission they have to revert the two back to their childlike statuses from the first film. I know this premise is pretty crazy, and the reason they're doing that is they have to infiltrate this school run by this guy who apparently he wants to basically make it where kids are not allowed to be kids, and that they should like already be thinking of college and having career as a child. But it also just seems like good education. But okay, that's the plot synopsis. So I will say with Boss Baby Family Business that, first of all, I like the first Boss Baby. I think DreamWorks has been stepping up their game. I don't think they're on the level of Pixar in terms of like emotional stuff or thematic elements of their films, but their films I find to be more fun. Unfortunately with Pixar, because they kind of are tackling those more heady things at times, their movies are not always fun to watch, and this movie's definitely fun and funny. I will say right off the bat, I'm gonna probably mostly praise this, but don't worry, the praise is not like this is on Pixar quality level. No, it's not that. This movie's fast paced. I did enjoy that. Okay, it's fast paced. I do think the beginning takes a little bit time to get going, because you already know where it's headed. You're like, look, turn them into little baby kids again, so we can basically have the dynamics from the first one, and let's get this going. But once they do that, the movie just it goes crazy, because one of the things I like about DreamWorks is that I don't think their storytelling is as good as Pixar. They're more willing to like experiment with animation, and the first time I kind of noticed that was with the first Boss Baby, with the sort of fantasy sequences, and this movie luckily carries those elements back over, and I think even start to do still some more inventive experimental animation that at times I kind of wish Pixar would do. I also like the fact that this movie has a sort of throwback style in terms of the art direction, especially once they head to the school area. And I think my friend that I was watching with at the time summed it up pretty well, where he said it kind of reminded him of the Incredibles. And I would say that it kind of has this sort of 1960s retro animation future look to it, which is kind of cool. And also I would say that this movie has sort of these zany sequences that really remind me of old school animation in terms like Looney Tunes and stuff. I would say another movie that's similar to that is like the Hotel Transylvania series, which is done by Genndy Tartakovsky. And the thing I noticed about that is that even though they're doing 3D animation, they're using it to kind of emulate old school animation techniques. You know, like there's an animation technique called blurring, or it basically where you draw in one of the frames like a really exaggerated frame, and even though on a frame to frame level it looks unrealistic, when everything is blended together it helps to sell like motion and speed. I'll play a little clip of it here so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. But yeah, this movie also has that kind of feel to it, which I like. They're not trying to make it look realistic, which then makes it more fun and makes it where they can make the characters more expressive and do crazier things. And I really enjoyed that. And yeah, I had some really big laughs in this movie just because this movie is crazy, and they're willing to go for jokes at times that are like dirtier and more suggestive than Pixar, which I'm not saying is better necessarily, but it's definitely different, and it definitely made me chuckle a few times. I'm gonna probably get into like the only problem that I had with the movie, but before I do that, make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. So let's get into it. I think the only thing that really kind of bothered me in this movie is that the premise is pretty crazy to get the characters where they are. I mean, because like they have to turn them back into little kids. I was a little surprised that they had the characters be grown up at the beginning. I was kind of going, oh, I thought we would just kind of start from them being kids again. And there is a lot kind of going on to get us to that point where they're children again, but it kind of retreads a lot of the same beats of the first film. Like, feels like very similar plot wise, that they have to like stop this big bad guy. He's trying to do this thing, and there's like a twist with that and whatever. And I would also say I don't really think that like the emotional scenes work in this movie. I find this movie to be fun, but when it tries to be emotional, it doesn't really work for me. You can kind of see the emotional beats coming, and they kind of feel like a way for the movie to justify it not just being zany fun, but it just doesn't really work for me personally. And I think that's the only problems I really have with the Boss Baby Family Business. So, hey, if you're looking for a fun, crazy animated film that's maybe not trying to be as deep as some of the Pixar stuff, then give Boss Baby a look. Boss Baby the Family Business a look, because it's it's a pretty wild animated film, and I think you will have an enjoyable time if you watch it. So with that, I'm going to give the Boss Baby Family Business a low 7 out of 10. But yeah, I think we'll have fun with it. So if you watch this movie, hey, let me know what you think about it. Leave a comment down below, and I will get back to you. And until next time, I will talk to you all later. Bye.